All right, Jeff.
Yo,
Hello.
what are you yawning already?
Something like that, man. It's been a
Little sleepy?
it's I've been I did a
I
lot.
lost you there for a second. What'd you say?
Yeah, I'm just I'm sitting.
Nicholas, you
Hey,
with
I can
us?
hear you. Yeah, I
Oh,
can
there
hear
you
you.
are. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, you were kind of in and out there for a minute.
That's is it working?
Off and on. I'm getting
Let me go in
the
my,
screen,
my
the circle of death here.
hold on.
You're good.
Okay. Can you hear me now, Jeff?
Yeah, there it is.
All right. For some reason, it's not working for my studio. I'm not getting any service in my studio like I normally do. I'm not sure why. Um,
Okay.
but that means I'm not going to be able to show my kid, which is unfortunate.
Um, okay. No, that's cool. That's cool. You can talk about as I talk about my stuff, you can talk about your stuff.
Yeah.
Um, So welcome everybody. Today we got a sweet little agenda for you. What up, Eric? Good to see you, brother. We are going to be talking about, well, after the icebreaker, we're going to be talking about our kits. We're going to give like a full rundown of everything. So I'm actually in my studio today, which is a lot better because I think the acoustics are better. I'm going to go over my lights and my mics, my interface, my heads, my whole kit. We're going to play a little bit for you as well. So I think we said we're going to kick it off by talking about a piece of gear that we regret selling. So you want to kick it off?
Yeah. So, back when I was, I think 19, I had a friend of mine named Jeff, and he was a bass player.
It
And
really was named Jeff.
not you, not different Jeff, but he was also named Jeff. And he was a bass player, and of course I'm a drummer. And so I had an old D drum kit that I was wanting to get rid of, and I was piecing it out, and I had
Hi,
two
Abby.
kick drums with it, and I wound up trading him one of my kick drums for an octave pedal that he had, because I was doing a lot of guitar stuff at the time, and I wanted that octave pedal. And I ended up later on, a couple of years ago, taking the other kick drum that I didn't sell or I didn't trade, and
Mm-hmm.
putting some tom legs on it and turning it into a gong drum. And I really, really wish that I'd kept the second one so that I could have turned them both into gong drums.
Oh,
That would have been really, really cool. But
both sides.
yeah. But
Very nice.
instead, I have an octave pedal that I don't use. So
What up, Josh? Speaking of octave pedals, the guy who just joined actually posted a sick metal video on Facebook the other day. I know you're not on Facebook, and I'm soon to be off Facebook. I'm giving it till the end of the year, and then I'm
right.
peace out. I don't know how I'm going to sell my symbols and stuff like that, but hopefully, I won't be selling anything. Maybe I'll pop back on there to sell some stuff because Marketplace is good. But
Right.
so I had a pork pie custom built kit. So if you guys don't know, Pork Pie is a custom drum company. I think he's in California. Could be wrong. I don't know where he's based out of. All handmade drums. Obviously, they get the shells from other places, but unique lugs. They make a lot of snare drums. They make a lot of really good snare drums. If you want to check them out. But I bought this kit, was a one up, one down, so 12-inch rack tom, 16-inch floor tom. and a 22-inch kick. Easily 2,500 plus. I got it for $1,250 from a guy. What up, Jameson? What up, guys? Welcome. And I ended up moving to Austin, and then not needing the second drum set, or not wanting the second drum set. I wanted to actually invest money in a bike. Sold it. UPS shipped it, dropped it on the corner of the box, shattered the bass drum, shattered one of the rims. It was insured for $850. They didn't want to pay. It took me 3.5 months to get paid. So the buyer was just like waiting and waiting and waiting, and the buyer ended up buying a different kit or whatever. So the kit ended up getting destroyed anyway. And I ended up selling the toms for a really, really low price. Somebody else who restored the kit, but it was really unfortunate. And then looking back, I have a full YouTube performance of just camera audio on cell phone, and the kit was it sounded so good. I mean, there's some acrylic drums are really loud, but it's just extremely well made. Even the D-Dub acrylic kit, I still like the pork pie one better. So we all sell shit we don't want to sell, right? So
yep, happens to the best of us. And pork pie kits, man, I played on a couple of them. They're really well made, and it's a really good brand for sure.
Yeah, and if you want to support, like, it's like supporting local business. What up, Aiden? How you doing, bro? It minus the drum companies who don't need any more money right now. Or
Right.
they need to get not the same way.
Yeah.
So why don't we start with the pad stuff, and because more people tend to join later anyway. So we'll start with the pad stuff, and then I'll go over my setup before we finish.
Yeah. So what I've been working on lately is a fill, well, not really a fill, more like a rudimental kind of lick. That's a group of 9. Okay.
Can you put your camera on your pad?
Oh, yes, I should probably do that. So this group of 9 is really let me take that off. Okay, so it's kind of an inverted paradiddle diddle, but slowly the whole thing sounds like this. So it's a group of 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1. And really, all it is a paradiddle diddle inverted, and then a group of 3 added at the end. This is something that I learned. I watched Thomas Lang do in a drum solo that he did at the Vinyl Drum Festival in 2015, and he did this, but he did it left-handed. So what I was just playing is, of course, leading with the right hand. He led with his left hand, and then played the accents on a tom.
What's this? I'm losing the sticking. It's an inverted paradiddle diddle. So is that right, left, right, left?
Yeah. So I haven't gone over that yet, but that's what we're going to go over here. So it's right, left, right, left, and then right, left. Bop, right, left, 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 left, right.
So inverted paradiddle, and then what are the last 3 notes? What is the sticking in the last 3 notes?
Accented left, and then ghost right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I lost you again, Nick.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on with the connection tonight. I've not changed anything about any of my setup.
Oh, you're back. So right, left, right, left, left.
No, left, right. So right, left, right. So just play right, left, right, left, right. Yeah. And then just so that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the beginning of it. But you got to take off that last right and replace it with a left, right.
Oh, okay. So Nice.
And when you get it up to speed, and then you swap the lead and lead it with your left hand, and that frees up your right hand to play the accents on tom. So if you imagine this blue part of my pad here to be a tom, then it really frees you up to get in some cool accents.
Oh, sweet.
It sounds really, really cool when you get it up to speed on.
Okay, so on the left hand, it's left, right, right, left, left, right, left, left.
Left. Correct.
Okay. Okay. Okay, cool. So and you're moving your right hand around the kit?
Yes. You can do it with your left
word.
hand too, but the left hand, you can only really reach your rack toms with the left hand. So
You should do a video on this if you haven't already.
I have actually. It's on my YouTube. I break the whole thing down and go into.
I'm gonna check that out. I'm gonna check that out for sure. All right, I got. See if I can move this camera real quick. I got.
Close my door real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay. We're gonna work on some grids. Who knows what a grid is? Ooh, that's nice. That's nice. Okay. So mine is so this is going to be like gridding flam accents. So a grid is simply where you take a rudiment and then you move the accent from whatever the downbeat to the next beat. So on a triplet, you got flam accents, which are flam, tap, tap, flam, tap, tap, flam. Okay? So if you want to take the flam off, it's even easier. Right? So then you move the accent on the second time. And then on the third time, you play it on the third beat. So you got... Okay? So when you play flam accents, see, that's the tough part. Clearly, I don't do this very often. So it's an easy way to get the to really work on your flams, especially these. Because especially when you're playing like groove stuff, and you want to play it like you want to play that ghost note right before the rim shot. You could if you can play these up to speed, and then you can also add diddles to it. So if you play flam drags, you could grid flam drags. So a flam drag is a flam, a diddle, and a tap. Flam, diddle, tap. So. God, man, it's been so. This is my drumline days. So obviously, I still need to fucking practice this. But if you take the flam off, it's probably a lot. It's gonna be. So that was somewhat usable. So so you can also take it with cheeses. A cheese is a flam with a diddle. So you can play. This is gonna be really bad. So I never said I could play it. This is a cool way of gridding those. And you can also grid stuff like paradiddles. Paradiddles, same concept. Something like that. Okay. And then on the last one. So you get some nice like push pull on your hands, accent to taps. So that's a really good way of building chops. But I would probably just take just triplet first. Maybe something like a tap drag. Then you cut it in half. And then you can add the flam. Sloppy as shit, but that's a really good way of getting. Now my hands feel really warm. So yeah, that's what I like to work on the pad.
That's really, really interesting. The whole concept of taking a pattern and keeping the pattern the same, but moving accents around in time within that pattern is really, really great for practice. I know you were talking about paradiddles. I spent a lot of time recently practicing the version where you accent the second note in the paradiddle. So if a paradiddle is this, accenting the second note. So 1 E and a, 2 E and a.
Oh, okay.
That's really good practice because it forces you to hear the second 16th note in a measure, which is like, for me, the most difficult note to hear. And if you really get to where you can play that at decent tempos without swapping where the downbeat is in your mind, you know, like if you can count it, 1 E and a, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. It's really, really hard to not like move the downbeat in your head, but it's really good practice.
Or if you have like, if you can keep some sort of pulse on like hi-hat and you play.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's intense.
It's really hard. It's really hard.
That's and you can also like if you orchestrate that too. Absolutely,
yeah, exactly.
Absolutely freaking sick. That's
put it on Tom, cool. Put it anywhere.
Very cool. All right. Do you want to give your studio a shot and see if you're going to lose signal?
I don't think it's going to work. I'm not getting any service in there right now. I don't know why, because I've never had that problem before. But I can go over the concept of how I like to set my stuff up.
Okay.
I really like to play open-handed. I play a lot of stuff open-handed, and I really feel like it's important as a drummer for you to be able to lead with your left hand everything that you can with your right hand. So I like to try to set my kit up with that concept in mind. So I have drums on my left side, or at least I used to. I had to remove the drums on my left side to make room for streaming equipment, but when I get my new kit, I'm going to have drums on the left side again. I have a ride cymbal on the left, and I try to play my hi-hat a lot with my left hand.
Okay.
Because it's just the way that I like to set stuff up. That's just my preference. And I also practice going up the toms a lot. So, you know, if you're leading with your right hand, you go snare, tom 1, tom 2, floor tom, floor tom. What if you want to go up the toms, you know? Well, you need to lead with your left hand. So I practice that a lot. And that's kind of how I approach setting things up. I try to think of how I can access it with both my limbs, because that's just what suits, you know, my preferences. I don't think it's objectively better or worse than anything else. It's just what I prefer. So yeah, I always approach it from that perspective. Can I hit it with my left hand and my right hand? Can I lead with my left on this? Can I lead with my right on this? And how am I going to make that work from an ergonomics perspective?
It's super important too. Like I think after a while to have everything be accessible, because like I have the side snare right in front of me, and if I'm not comfortable with my left hand, like left hand lead back into like or orchestrating things where I do end with like a double left, so it opens up my right hand for something else.
Right.
And what up now, Josh? How you doing? Yeah, going up and going, and also like there's a lot of digga 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 fills. There's not a whole lot of digga digga digga. You know, there's not a whole lot of going up or going down, or a really good exercise is just like playing 2 on each drum.
And that's most drummers can't, you know?
Yeah.
Most drummers can't lead with their left hand, and so they don't go up the toms because they physically don't possess the ability.
Right.
And that's because it's harder. So because, you know, this is something that, Chris Adler did an interview on Modern Drummer about this that I read when I was like 17 that really shaped like how I set things up. And he basically said that it's hard for drummers to lead with their weak hand because not only have they practiced less with their weak hand, but you have less control over the muscles in your weak hand. So if you're right-handed, you have less control over the muscles in your left hand because you do so much less with your left hand. You brush your teeth with your right hand. You shave with your right hand. You eat food with utensils with your right hand. And so over a lifetime, that means you start developing fine muscle control with the muscles in your right hand, but you don't develop that muscle control with the muscles in your left hand because you don't do anything with your left hand, or at least not as much.
You should shave with your left hand. You should shave your beard with your left hand.
And so, yeah, I actually do that. And so that though, if you don't have that muscle control, it means not that you can't play with your left hand, but it means that it takes more practice. So if it might take you an hour of practice to learn something right-handed, it probably takes you 2 hours to learn something left-handed. And drummers, or not just drummers, but human beings don't have that patience. And so they only learn it right-handed because it's easier. So what Chris Adler recommended in that Modern Drummer article was that you start doing things in your daily life left-handed. So brush your teeth left-handed, open doors left-handed, start learning how to use a fork left-handed, So I taught myself how to shave left-handed, which is very risky.
No, that's intense. But I really like your perspective on strengthening the left side by setting up your drum kit.
Yeah.
To be more conducive to that. I think it's really important. Like, put your floor tom on your left side.
Right.
Or you know what? Like, if you look at this, all of my shit is on my right. Look how much shit is on my right side.
Right.
I mean, so what if I, like for a year or so, I put my china on my left hand side.
Yeah.
Just to do like Vinny Colaiuta, or you can put you can switch your two toms. You can take tom one and put it in the two position, and that way it forces you, if you do want to play digga type fills, you have to go 2 1 3 instead of 1 2 3. Not everything's orchestrated the same way. I'm pretty biased about the way I have things now, because if you play in a band, I think it's different. You definitely want to be in the most comfortable spot possible. But yeah,
for sure, yeah.
Well, I'm going to go over my stuff here. So for those of you who just joined, I'm going to be just giving a quick rundown of my entire kit. So I'm going to take this down.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay, good. It said pause. Okay. So I'm going to go lights first. So this is going to be kind of bright, so I'm not going to shine it right in there. But right there is a box light. Oh, it's actually doing pretty good. Box light 1, box light 2. I actually just got these. They're newer. That's the brand, newer. I have a ring light here that has, adjustable settings like on it. And then there's a mount right here for like a GoPro or a regular phone. And then I have black sheets around, just like tacked up around. I'll get like a wide. But yeah, the GoPro, I just basically tack up the black so you can see black in the background. So here's my kit. Going over mics next. I have a AKG D112 MK2 that I just started using. I used it one time so far. My bass player actually bought it to record his bass tracks for this EP we just dropped. And then I was just like, I'll try to use it. And I haven't really used it enough to know. The rest of my mics are Samson. So they came in the Samson pack. I actually found for Instagram miking this side, like miking the hi-hat. Like I guess they call it spot miking. Works a lot better. Especially for the video I did. It had like a hi-hat pattern that was really distinct. And then this pretty much captures all the highs. When you're listening on a phone, all you hear is highs anyway. So, I mean, you don't really need to, you can get away with not having two overheads for, I'm finding out. The rack is an Icon rack. So this is a pearl rack. I just took off the plastic thing, various boom stands. And then we'll go over cymbals next. So the cymbals I have, we'll start left to right here. What up, Momo? These are Meinl Byzance 14-inch sand hats. So I've had these guys for, Jesus. I mean, I think I've been using these for like 3 years. I think I might have gotten them when I was in Arizona, so maybe about 3 years. But seriously, some of the best hi-hats ever. These are Benny Grebs hi-hats. This is a Classics Customs trash stack. So that is 12 inches. This is a custom ice bell. Obviously, I had the ozone holes put in, like symbols of holes in it. So got that. This is an 18-inch Meinl dual crash. And then we have this I just got, just came in the mail yesterday. It is a 22-inch Meinl custom shop ride symbol shop. I don't know what the fuck it is, but it's basically like they don't really make it anymore. I think it's like a prototype, but I got a really good deal on it. So it's huge, super washy. As you can see, I actually have moon gels on here because it's just too washy. But the thing, it's got a really super nice wash to it. So love that. This is a Wuhan 18-inch Wuhan with rivets on the bottom, and then a 16-inch Classics Custom Dark Trash Crash and a Ching ring. So it's probably overloading the mic, but that I just like a really brash, really high-pitched cymbal stack. This is a 19-inch extra dry thin crash. I would probably say this is my favorite cymbal that I have right now. It's super high pitched, responsive. It cuts, but it gets right out of the way. So, and it's super thin. I mean, it's paper thin. Classics Custom Trash China. This is I think it's an 18-inch. Yeah, I just went for the 18. I play in a post-hardcore band, so I really needed something that would cut. So if you listen to these are pretty high pitched. This cymbal's really loud too, so I don't really need to lay into it that much. But this is actually a Thomas Lang favorite. I know he's got a trash stack that he made with that cymbal as well. This is another.
Welcome, man. Thanks for the kind words, buddy.
Thanks, Andy. Appreciate it. This is a 22-inch Meinl. They're all Meinl, but 22-inch dual crash ride. And I had my buddy, and I talked about him a couple podcasts ago, mod it with the ozones. And then you can see there was a pretty nasty crack in it. And the guy actually gave it to me for like $50. The cymbal's like $500 brand new. So, and honestly, I played it at Guitar Center whole with no pun intended. It didn't have any holes in it. I hated it. It didn't open up or anything like that. Now it's just like, it's super wide open. And I think a really good indicator is if you can just hit it with your hand and it opens up, like,
yeah. And
it kind of has that gong sound. You know, some of the more brilliant cymbals won't really open up until you really lay into them. So
yeah.
My drums are wrapped in it's Mappa Burl. It's from a company called Bum Wrap. And they're really reasonably priced. Honestly, all the wraps for the entire kit was only $250. Took like 8 hours. I did wrap them myself. That was kind of a bitch. I did have a little bit of help. If you have like a Dremel tool and you have a lot of free time, then and patience, then it's fine. But as you can see, like these bearing edges or what I have them hidden. So from the front of the kit, like you can see, I think I did a pretty good job of. I think the one of the edges is here. The other edge is like right in there or something. So they're hit. So from the front, you can just see the badges and it looks nice. This is a 14-inch floor tom, is a rack tom that I converted to a floor tom snare. So it's actually got the snares on the side. So it can be
cool. That's a snom.
It's a snom, yeah. And it's really cool. Because I like to actually have a clear head on this, and then you can use like different big fat snare drum applications. But I mean, the thing is like it's just absolutely slamming.
Yeah.
This one's my pride and joy. I just got this, and under the lights you can really see the nice copper finish in there. It's not really
beautiful.
Yeah, it's so nice on the inside. But this is a free floating. That's even better look right there. Free floating
Oh, dude.
8x14. This is a custom snare drum I just bought. It's from a company called Neeb Drum Co. I just actually put a die cast tube on it as well because it had a flange tube on it. This is a flange tube right there. The difference you can see. For those of you who don't know, it's just I've been told that die cast does. What up, Daniel? Die cast actually brings out more of the high frequencies, and the flange actually warms it up or something. So, but this thing is an absolute beast. It's super loud, but it's really it's just really responsive. It's got, if you can see through the bottom, it's got those 42 strand snares.
Yeah.
So you can't really see. I think you can see it better. There we go. It's kind of focusing. But yeah, just super articulate. I use Remo Emperor clear heads. These are Eric and Prada signature heads. That's the reason why they got the designs on them. But these are just Emperor clear heads. I think they're all on back order everywhere, so good luck getting them. But I got studio rings, and these are homemade studio rings. As you can see, they look like shit, but they do the job. I don't have to. I can just use old drum heads. Do the David Ralph thing. And then I have my kick is an EMAT heavyweight, and actually I use lowboy beaters too. So these beaters are super nice. They actually match the fade of the kit really nice.
They do, yeah.
Kind of match the. Oh, that was weird. You can see. Check out that reflection.
The reflection. That's cool, dude. That's very
sick. Cool. Okay. So yeah, but these lowboy beaters super affordable actually. These were only like $30 or $40 or something, and he made these by hand. He didn't have any with the burn effect on them.
Right.
But yeah, I use EMAT heavyweight with the thick ring on it. It gets kind of too slappy when I have no ring on it. But I mean, acoustically, like, I'm not saying your drums have to sound good acoustically, but even on like GoPro mic for my video last night, I was like really impressed. Like, these are just really great drums. Hi-hat pedals and Iron Cobra. That's a strap drive. So that's a nylon or a Kevlar or something. I don't know what material it is, but it's not a chain and it's not direct drive. It's a strap drive. So it's super, super smooth. Like no resistance. And then I use a chain. Chains on my double kick. This is a Thomas Speed Cobra, the more expensive model. What up, Art? Art took some great photos of our hand drumming last Wednesday at the
cool
pedestrian bridge in downtown Austin. And then the only upgrade I have on this, and you can kind of, let me see if the logo's over here. Give them a shout out. Shameless plug. Shameless plug. Oh, there it is. Can you read that?
A little. Oh, is that Trick?
Trick.
Yeah.
So this is a Trick drive shaft. So the drive shaft that actually came with this pedal, I'm sorry, Tom, but it sucked. So there's just not. You want this side to be as smooth as possible, and with the drive that it had, it really was not that great. And this is actually a good way to test to see, like, these should actually match.
Yep.
They're pretty close. So that drive shaft is super good. So yeah, I think that's about it. Oh, my interface is the, I definitely play what we endorse on the podcast. Scarlett 18i20. It's an 8-channel. This thing's an absolute beast. I know it's kind of dirty or whatever, but yeah, it served its purpose. I got some big fat snare drums over there. I got my marching snare that I play sometimes. That's a on-to percussion wrap. So not as easy to put on as the other drums. You gotta take the heads off. This is actually some of these drums are free floating, which makes it even easier. Some marching snares are free floating. This one was cheap, so it's not. It's actually drilled into the shell. So you have to take these off to get to it. But yeah, that's about it. I have a couple other toys or whatever, but I would say that this is as close to complete as a drum kit has ever been. And as far as sounds, sometimes I did have a splash cymbal I played for a little bit, but I don't really use it anymore. I don't really find a need for it. So
right.
So yeah, that's my drums.
That's nice, man. I love the wrap. The wrap on that kit looks really, really nice. Mine, the one that I'm getting in November is going to have a similar look to it, except instead of being kind of like, to
Oh yeah.
black, mine's going to be. Can you hear me now? Yeah, yeah,
What's
yeah.
the
It's going to be.
what's the wrap that you have on yours?
It's going to be another maple burl, similar to yours, but it's
Oh
got kind
really?
of a bluish tinge to it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to
Very
be nice.
nice.
I can't wait for it. I'm going to do so many videos with it. I'm going to be super excited.
And that's a D-Dub kit?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. Perfect. Maple?
Maple and mahogany.
My man. That's gonna sound amazing.
Oh, I know. I can't wait for it. I can't wait for it.
That's gonna be great.
Yeah.
What up, Manton Blammy? There's one thing I forgot. And dude, I am pumped for your kid. It just sucks that you have to wait as long as you do for those things. That's the one downside.
It's gonna be
Cherry
4.5
Hill.
months.
Yeah, and some people have to wait a couple of years. So Cherry Hill makes these clutches. You can see. So he's kind of artsy about his clutches. So if you check out his site, he's actually got symbol like I noticed you use some kind of like different like stainless steel, like you don't use wing nuts, you use like what do you use on the top of your cymbals to keep them from falling off?
I've tried a lot of different things. I have this one. I have wing nuts on some, like just straight DW wing nuts. I also have Trick makes this one like topper that I have on one of my cymbals that you're probably referring to, but honestly I don't like it very much. I bought it to try it out, but I'm not a big fan of it. And then I've tried a couple different things, but really I think wing nuts are the way to go for me. I've got a bunch of different stuff on my kit because I like to try new things to see if something's better. But after having tried the different cymbal toppers and Trick's version, I think the standard wing nuts are just superior in my opinion. The problem with the Trick ones, yeah, now those I like those too.
Issues today.
Yeah. Anyway, I just prefer the regular wing nuts, honestly.
Okay. Yeah, there was actually like I don't have a wing nut on my ride, but I have the black twisty things on each one of them. Pearl actually makes a pretty good one that actually locks. You put it on there and there's a locking mechanism. There's actually like a drum. You can like your cymbal will never come off. So if you like were touring, I think that'd probably be like really good to use that. But wing nuts, I just can't stand how they loosen.
I don't like that either. So the one you're talking about that will lock in place, I'm going to check that out because I don't like how they unscrew at all.
The only bad part, what up, Brandon? The only bad part about the locking one, I think with the drum key is some of that shit makes your threading of your cymbal stand, it pins it and then nothing will go on it anymore. It like I don't know how to describe it. It like takes the screws and the threading.
No, I know it strips the threading. Yeah,
it strips
I've done that before. I've done that before. Yeah.
So you want to make sure you use something adjustable. But yeah, I in a perfect world, I wouldn't have to like magically find the combination of belts and stuff like that. I could just like I don't know. Like I would like to have it so I can individually adjust how tight the felt is on the cymbal on every cymbal easily. So if there's like a dial or a switch or something, I was actually working on that and then just kind of gave up. But there's got to be a way where maybe you can like turn something or I don't know, like there's a dial or a switch or something where you can, because every cymbal you want to, some cymbals you want to wave all day and then some cymbals you want to just stay in place and not move. So
yeah, exactly. That's an invention I'm sure I would pay money for. So get on it.
I was trying, and then I don't know what happened. I have my buddy 3D printed me some stuff, but I just haven't tried it.
No joke.
Actually,
I'd pay money. I'd pay money for that. If you figure something out like that, I will gladly hire you to 3D print me stuff for that.
oh man, I just wish I had like the means to do it on my own because I'm having trouble like recruiting somebody that would be down. But my idea was basically a wing nut that turns that doesn't loosen. So as soon
Right.
as you twist it into place, there's no way it can loosen. But the problem is you have to loosen it to take the cymbal off.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
the only solution is having it attached to the cymbal at all times, and you don't want to transport a cymbal like that because then you get keyholing and cracks, and you unnecessary wear and tear on it. But yeah, more on that. I mean, for now, we just got to do what we got to do. Actually, these plastic ones work great. I mean, I just tighten them all the way, and then find felt that limits the movement like I like, and then it's
Yeah,
just crown
yeah.
there. But
Yeah,
you
I've
take
done
the
that.
crown there out of
Cut
it.
felts in half and stuff to reduce. Yeah, I've done that.
There you go. Yeah, that's perfect. All right, bro.
All right.
I think that's all we got for this week. But
Okay.
thanks everybody for tuning in. We are doing a podcast every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern. So make sure you tune in next week. We talk about drums and hang out with us.
Yep. Sounds good. Have a good one, Jeff. I'll see you next week.
Later, bro.